Alright guys, we are back and we're just going to do some touch-ups on this before we get to level 2. Level 2 will be a down and dirty copy, but we'll change a few things to make it different and have some new training in here. But first things first, let's go to main page and fix my spelling. There we go. Alright, so as we know, at the top of the ladder we have some glitchy movement. If you want to get rid of that, and like I said in the last video, let's go ahead and just delete that ladder wall completely. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that. And now we can go ahead and make our sprite. So insert new object for sprite. And if you want to name it down here before you put it in, that is actually more recommended than the way we've been doing it. So I'm going to call it ladder toggle. And this is not going to be a boolean or anything. It's just going to be a little bit of code. And let's go ahead and just make it gray so we can see it, or whatever color you want. And then just bring it over here. Put it all the way on top so it's easy to click. And try to straighten these out. And it is very important that we have this tiny gap here between the top of this and the top of that. There we go. Make it all nice and centered. And now let's put in some code for it. First, we'll make it a smart object by putting in the behavior and going for solid. And then once we have that set, we just need to go to event game. So now that we've set that as a solid, when we're over top of the ladder, we want to tell our toggle that the solid is going to be set as disabled. And when we are not over top of the ladder, we are going to do the vice versa. And set it as enabled. And that'll work to get through it. But now once you're on top of it, you need a way to get down. So let's go in here, write a new piece of line of code. And we're going to say when the player is overlapping at an offset, we'll just say 5 pixels on the Y for the vertical. And this will be for the ladder toggle. And the second condition is going to be for the keyboard when the key is down for S. At which point we will tell ladder toggle to set its solid state as disabled. And we'll just go ahead and load it in. Let's make sure game level 1. The visual is going to be a little messed up because of the way we have our code set, but we could just fix that real quick or just start on the main page. Alright, so we've got up, we got down, a little bit of bounce going down, and we have some clean movement here. So I'm pretty well happy with that. And now that we've got that, we can copy and paste this all the way to the other ladders. And just try to line it up nice and pretty. And just like the other one, just make sure you have a little bit of a gap there. That'll be good. And we'll drag a copy over here. And this one in particular gave me some issues during my testing phase. There we go. A little over the grass will be fine, because now that we've done that, we're going to find ladder toggle on the right here. Make sure they're all selected. And double click to get in. We're just going to delete that color. And now that everything's set where it needs to be, we'll put this on the ladder wall, just so no lines happen to show up. So let's go ahead and get a proper start so we can test all the ladders. Alright, we're good there. We can get down. We're good there. And we seem to be good here. Yep. So now that we've got that out of the way, we can go ahead and make level 2. So on the right here, we're going to go up, find game level 1. Oh, we didn't need to copy. Let's go ahead and duplicate. So game level 2, but it did not come with its own event sheet. So we'll take this one, copy and paste. And we can just leave that name as that. So also to make sure it did not put it up here. So if you go into game level and then think you're editing level 2, make sure it is game level 2. And also make sure, because it didn't spawn with it, you need to change event game 2 for the event sheet. Now that we've done that, we can go ahead and make some changes. And we'll just move the door here, move the spikes out of the way, and we'll change this background real quick. So let's make a new frame. Make sure the animation speed is set to 0. And we need a blue. Now let's just go with this one here. And here's the fun part. You can set the initial frame to a 1, and then back on game level, it's still staying the same, even though we are using the same image and it's basically a copy. So that is one good way you can copy things from level to level and change it, and you don't have to worry about the code affecting the other. Now there are some things, like if you add physics or behaviors to it, you will have to adjust the code in the other things, or in the other game levels. But let's go ahead and insert a new object. And let's start with particles. So this will be just a simple, quick thing here. And this is one thing I like to do to get my colors. I'll put a block of blue out here. They're both the same. We'll get one darker, and then we'll clear this out. So now I got both blues that I need. And we want to make sure the lighter color's on the outside. It doesn't have to be perfect, just however big you can get it, and then crop it. And let's put this on player layer so we can easily get it. And I'll just try to rush through this since we've already covered particles. But I'm going to set this at 0 or 60. I was playing around with 60. It did look a little bit better. Speed to 50. X randomizer for 300. And the way you find that out is the mouse down here. If you put it at this edge, it's about 815, and at this edge, it's 1105. So that's about a 300 gap, and I placed this around the middle. And if you wanted to be safe, you could even say like 330, and then we'll just adjust it to the background later. And size, speed, rate, we'll do 150. 150 looks alright. So I'm pretty well happy with that. Let's just put it into place. And then we will move it to the BG layer. This one's on BG, and we're going to bring this one for the Z order to the top of the layer, so it looks a little bit smoother. And the reason we want that is we're going to make a new image for a sprite. And we'll just draw something real quick. Let's get a gray. Make like a little ninja star type thing. Such beautiful artwork. Alright, now we're going to scale this down. Say something like that. And let's get this preview going again. There you go. Now I'll be able to do this a little bit easier. And let's do behaviors. Add a new behavior. We're going to rotate it. And let's check the preview. So set the speed however you want. I'm going to be going at 3 times the 3 times the initial speed. And then now that we have that, we'll just turn that off. And we're going to copy and paste. So now that we have those, we need to say that these are going to destroy the player on contact. Oh, and we should really there we are. Call it spikes. Spinning. And we will set it to the layer of BG. And then send the Z order to the bottom of the layer. Oh, maybe not all the way to the bottom. It's alright. Let's go ahead and click our sky. Oh, not do that. And Z order bottom of layer. There we go. So let's tell it when we overlap those, we end up destroying the player and going to the death screen. So for player is overlapping. Oh, not at an offset, just overlapping. Or you could say on collision with. Either one works. We're going to tell the player to be destroyed and tell the system to go to layout. You died. And now that we've got rid of that door, we need to do the one for the key. We can just drop these out of here, and we'll add the action, and this time we're going to destroy the spinning spikes. And this is where it's going to get a little bit interesting, definitely something new that we've talked about. So for game level 2, once they destroy the spikes, I want to have like a full second screen down here. It's pretty much just going to be nothing but water just for the example. Uh, but I want to show what you can do and how to do it. So in order to do this right, we are going to want to click our player, and for the behaviors, we want to add a scroll to, and just click somewhere, anywhere outside the project. And for the size, we're going to change this 1080 to 2160. Now that we've got this, let's go ahead and drop our door at the bottom. And let's also go ahead and make it seem like we're actually in water. A little bit, not too detailed. So we're going to say when the player is overlapping. No, I didn't name it. I'm going to bet you that it's sprite 3. We're going to tell the player for the platform controls, wherever that may be, set max fall speed. And let's set it to, let's say 100. And we'll see how that goes. Oh, and because we're on level 2 and we don't have a way to get here, let's go for on start of layout. Now we're going to tell the system to set the boolean to is in game to true, and the same for is on the main page, but we're going false. And as you see here, it's already messed up our screen a little bit. We got to fix these things, and I don't want it to show the lower part until we're ready. So let me go ahead and cheat to get this key real quick. And it really seemed like it was fast. So let's see. Oh, well, first of all, is it Sprite 3? No, it's Dirt. That's what happened there. Alright, now let's see. Yep, we're swimming down to the bottom. And these little things are following us. Yay, we win. And we have our coins. So all the code is copied over. We're still good on the reset. And we might actually change this up a little bit higher, say 200. And we're just not gonna test it. Alright, now that we've gotten that, let me figure out where we're going next. Oh yes, that's right. We need to fix these guys. So I believe it was early on I was talking about anchor because some things like to drop. I think that was just because when I was coding early on, I was just bad with code and things were breaking. So let's take the anchor off of these. Oh, we took it off one and it did for both. So we're good with that. And we need to go to the main page and make sure we know this UID is 95. Event main. So UID is not that 95, so it's this 95. And we're going to select go to game level 2. And did we code to increase our level? Event win or event game. Go to you win. So event win. We did not set anything to set our level. So yep, is on level is in the event variables. So let us go to the first game is overlapping door. We're going to tell the system to add 2 is on level by the value of 1. And we'll also want to make sure we tell the door to destroy and make sure that happens before we add the 1 point to is on level. The reason we do this is if it takes a second to load or if it slows down for any reason, you'll gain multiple levels at one time. Or you could even just simply go down here and tell the system that you want it to trigger once while true, and that will also keep it from doing multiple times. So for game level 2, event game level 2, we're going to do the same. And we can get rid of this code completely just because that door is not involved. And we're going to tell the system to add 2 is on level to 1. And then we will tell the door open that it needs to be destroyed. As before, put it on top. And I think that pretty much puts us about ready. Let's go ahead and do a full test run and see how the entire game works. So I have 0 coins, everything's reset. I can't click on that one. I can't click on that one. We didn't code for the rest of these. Now to play. Looks ugly, but good. And, well, I don't know why I clicked reset stats. So we know the ladder's working good. We know the little cheat to get up there, but we're here to test. So let's die. And retry. And it did reset our coins, it looks like. Oh, and yep, it kicks us out. And yep, so far so good. We're gonna claim. Got 17 coins. And now we can go to level 2. Oh, we meant to fix that little visual bug here. But we did fix the red things. That's good. So we know the rest of those work. Fail. There we are. And yes, I do want these to go up to the top. So level 3. Oh, it sent us to level 1. Maybe we should go ahead and take that out since we're going to upload it. So event main 95, that would be 96. Delete that. And let's see what that looks like now. Well, I messed up the code for that one, but that one's the way we wanted it. Oh no, we didn't mess up the code. We didn't set it to save the level that we're on. So we need to do that. So on event game for overlapping door, we're going to tell the system, or no, it's not the system, it's local storage, that we're going to set the item of is on level of global variable, and we're going to set the value to is on level. This one actually can just be quotes. There we go. Because the key doesn't have to be the Boolean. And it's probably better we don't do that. So we'll do this. Oh, after. Make sure we do that after that. And my famous wait time. I'm going to do 0.2 seconds. Just to make sure this ticks in before this saves. And then we go to on main page for the event main. And on start of layout, we're going to copy and paste and say is on level. And I'm trying to figure out if I can add it to this. I think I do need to make a new one, so we're going to add below, above or below, it really doesn't matter, for local storage. And we're going to say on item exists is on level. We're going to tell local storage to get the item of is on level. And then copy in this one. We're going to say is on level again, in quotes. So on get, we're going to set is on level to local storage item value. Now, let us see if it does that. And I wonder if it's going to remember. Nope. So let's go ahead and just run through real quick. There we go. That's what I want because there is no level 3. Alright, so we got 60 coins. We're on level 2 with it showing open. 60 coins, level 2 with it showing open. Alright, and now we just need to go to event game because we did need to fix the scroll 2, I believe. Oh, and I need to select the player. I'm just going to cheat and do it on the side here if I can find him. So scroll 2. Oh, looks like I'm going to have to be here just so I can do this. So scroll 2, turn enabled off. And that's on game level 1, game level 2. We will also make sure this one's set to off. And now for the event game level 2, for on overlap dirt, we'll also add that would be player and scroll to set as this or enabled. So event game level 2, let's see if we can go ahead and start that. And there we go, just like that. The screen now follows. Nobody knew this was down here until they decided to jump into the water because they're like, where's the door? There's nothing else to do. So I do believe that completes the game. Let me pause and take a look around, and then we will decide what to do next. Alright guys, we are officially ready, but I do want to take 1 second to look at this. Oh, that's not it. It'll be this one. So in order to get this to be a square image but still look the same, I have found out that we can check the image size, so 22 by 44. In order to make it square, we need to make it 44 by 44. So we're not going to keep aspect ratio, and we're going to align to center. And 44. Now we have the same drop, and it's inside a square. So it in the particle, it will spawn this square, and it will show the raindrop in the proper way. Let's just go ahead and take a peek. Oh, and it's sideways. So go ahead and we will take a, it was going to the right, so I'm going to say if we go to the left, it should fix it. There we go. Now that looks so much better. And we are ready to upload, but before we can, we need to export. So we're going to go to menu, project, export. And for Google, you would do Android. For Apple, you do iOS Cordova. If you're down or making a game to play on your PC, you could do the WebView 2, or any one of these, whatever your operating system would be. I haven't played with this, but I assume that would be the same. And I don't know anything about those. So we are going to say web HTML5. This one is going to be for iDev. If you're going for Android or Apple, you would choose one of these. So WebP, if you have a preference. Yeah, let's keep WebP. I don't know exactly what it is, but if that's the original, then it must be somewhat decent. We won't worry about optimize, minify mode, none, and next. And be sure you do not click OK right away. You need to click the download. I missed that the first time around. Alright, now that we have that, we can just go in here, go to the folder location, and yes, I have all these things. The named Head Start was basically my practices and saves along the way. But let's do less on that. We're going to move this here. And oh, we actually don't need to unzip it. We need to keep it zipped. So let's go to iDev. And upload game. Oh, first we need to log in. Let me pause real quick. Alright, now that we're in, now we can go ahead and upload a game. And we're going to call it, we're going to try to call it Simple Platformer. Oh, and I did not plan ahead for these images, but I'll just throw something real quick together. We're going to describe it. We're saying 2 levels to play. Well, all the oh, find the there we go. Something nice and simple. And let me just pause real quick to save you guys some time, and I'll make these images. Make sure 100 by 100 for the icon and 1120 by 628 on the promo. Alright, we are back. We're going to choose the icon off the desktop. That should be here somewhere. There we are. And then we're going to take the promo. Alright, and if you plan on putting ads in your game from iDev site, go ahead and do your settings. Make sure it's all set up and good to go. And then once you're ready, go ahead and click add. Alright, we got the platformer. Alright, files uploaded and game successfully updated. Oh, but we need to edit this game. and we need to edit this game. So in the page properties, we forgot to set first layout to main page. Very, very important step to skip, and I cannot believe I skipped it on recording, but these things happen. So go ahead, project, export, and duplicate over here. So it remembered my stuff. Platformer zip. Replace. So now let's upload game files. This is basically like we're doing a game update. And for easy sake, we're just going to do this. There we go. All right, so we still need to go in and go to edit game, but let's make sure it all loaded in here right. So as you see, it's a little bit big. Oh, but good, we can make it smaller. Everything seems to be running fine. Yep. So we're gonna say it's all good. And let's go to profile actually. And simple platformer. We're going to go to edit game. And this is where you put your tags. There we go. Okay. So platformer, multiple levels. I'm just going to copy this and paste. Keywords, simple platform game, platformer. Oh, and it said don't do that. Simple platformer. We don't need to add patch notes. And this is where we take this stuff. So the API key is one thing that we're going to take. And we should still have mobile ad wherever that may be. So this will be the first time I'm putting this in here. So bear with me if it doesn't work. But I want to say we could just put that in here. All right. Unfortunately, I think I need to wait on this one. I haven't practiced it, but I thought it was going to be similar to the Google one. So we'll just put that on hold and call it a day. If you know what to do from here, though, go ahead and do that. And we're going to set it to public and update. There we go. And now for games, let's do a search for simple. Gonna try to let it finish loading before we do anything. Alright. Doesn't look like I came anywhere close to the top. So, simple platformer. And it's so slow at loading. It's probably why not too many people are playing games on here. And it may look like there's a lot, but this is over many, many years. Well, we're gonna load. There we go. So we've already got a couple looks. That might be the once or twice that we did while uploading, and then I don't know about the third. But it's here, ready to play, and people can enjoy it. So next episode, I will do my hardest to get the API keys and all that figured out. For iDev, really was hoping that it's going to be the same as Google. That said, be smart, be responsible, and good luck.